Let's look at the case notes again. What's the second path?
It looks like the second color is blue, but the statues have lost their color. Which means we'll solve it once we know the color of the original Pokemon.
Mm-hmm. And that exactly would be Ducklet. Wingull would be white, and Timber would be beige.
Do you think that's right? Perfect. Now we know the original color. What do you think? Which of these paths should we take?
We should take the path to the left.
Right. We'll try the path with Ducklet's statue.
Perfect. That still feels very ominous in the background, though. I know those are masquerade, but just seeing them look like their floating eyes just creeps me out. Oh my god, it's Grottle! Holy shit! And there's a Shellos. Oh, there are 3 different paths again. There are 3 colors on the scroll, so this must be the last riddle. Just a bit more to go, Tim. Alright, let's look around. Shellos.
Shello.
Soft and pretty sticky.
Shello.
We're investigating this area. Do you think it could tell us what you know? It's worried that it might get caught up. Oh my god, I already see it now. Oh my fucking god. I already know the last riddle is. It said it was pink, right? Well, look at the Shellos we're talking to, and look at the Shellos statue. The Shellos we're talking to is blue, but if we know about the other Shellos form, it's pink. So we already know the answer to the riddle. It's worried that it might get caught up in this incident since this area is so close to the lake. We need to solve this case quickly so that the Pokemon here can leave peacefully. By the way, are those things on your back hard or soft? Good question. I was wondering about that myself. Oh, it's alright for us. It's alright for us to touch them? I wonder what they feel like. So I guess that doesn't mean anything. That's a statue of a Shellos. Seems like several of them live in this area too. You're right. This statue is quite a little bit bigger than the real thing. Hey Tim, there's something about the Shellos I've noticed. Huh? What's up? Take a close look at the statue of Shellos and compare it to the real thing. Oh, the shape of their horns is different. Why would their shapes be different? Shellos may have some characteristics that we don't know about. We should ask Milo.
Yeah.
I know this is like dragging on to that solution to the riddle, but let them have their time. We're almost at the lake, only a bit more. Shellos is an interesting Pokemon. Its shape and color change depending on where it lives, or the water quality of the area. Huh. I bet it would be interesting to compare the differences. I wonder what they look like. Well, right now, I think they found 2 different ones, blue and pink. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So we already know the answer. Also, let me talk to Grottle. Reminds me of Spike. Grot? What? How could you not notice all this commotion about the lake? Well, I'm glad things have been peaceful for Grottle, but it sure seems to live in its own world. How long have you been living near the lake, Grottle? Grot. Before people came here. Wow, you definitely have a long lifespan. Grot. Huh. It's saying this area changed a lot since humans started developing it. Even the water quality has changed since the old days, apparently. Uh-huh. Talking about water pollution here from a fucking grotto. I think Japan's really popular about that propaganda, like, stop polluting our waters. I would even remember that watching Godzilla movies. So we should already know. Actually, do we? Oh. I mean, we could already go ahead. I mean, do we even know if it works? I mean, we already solved the riddle here. The last color of that scroll is pink. And we know that Shelos's other color is pink. So we should be taking this path, right? Or I guess we have to solve the riddle then.
Those statues need to be checked.
Or we have to check the statues. Oh my god. God, I'm like 31 years old and I already know the answer. I mean, this is a kid's game, so...
How could the last color be pink? Did you see a pink Pokemon? We really need to figure this out. Oh? So why do you think it's a pink Pokemon?
So that was the other thing? It was from Grotto? It said that apparently the water quality has changed over the years, so... The Shellos actually used to be pink before. That's interesting.
I get it now. Shellos' color changes depending on the water quality, right? When this statue was made, the water quality here must have been different. That's why it was a pink Shellos. Now we know the colors. Which path do you think we should take? Perfect. Now we can go straight to the lake.
About time. I guess they really do like to drag it on a bit. They really want to make you solve the riddle. I mean, it is a detective game.
I can't see anything through all of this fog.
It makes it a little difficult to investigate.
Whoa! Poliwag!
Poliwag, are you okay?
That's good. Doesn't look like they're injured at all.
Good for them, but what about me?
Sorry, Pikachu.
Oh, you'll
Where did
walk
they
it
come
off.
flying from?
I don't know. From somewhere over there.
Hey, Tim, look at that!
Oh,
Masquerain!
there they are. Has charming eyes.
Hold on. Are Masquerain causing the fog?
It sure seems like it, but why?
Hey! Masquerain! What's going on here? You gotta stop the fog! What do you mean, no? Is something out there? Seems like they're worried about outsiders. What should we do?
Biba! Biba! Ba, beep, 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 beep. Biba!
Oh, I guess Feebas
Wow.
talked it off.
Look at that.
Thanks for helping, Feebas.
Looks like it's not useless after all. It's actually very smart. Look at that, it looks beautiful now. Alright, the fog's cleared up. But why were the masquerade causing the fog in the first place? It seems like they were trying to keep their friends hidden from the scary Pokemon that started living in the lake. A scary Pokemon? Is that what the cause of all the wounded Pokemon? I imagine so. Let's figure out what it actually is. Yeah, what did they know? Don't be so frightened. Tim and I will solve this case in a jiffy. You'll see. They say it just showed up here one day and has been attacking any Pokemon that gets too close. It's so angry it won't listen to anything they try to say to it. Wonder if it's a Primeape. It's angry. Why would that be? I have a feeling it's a Primeape. Were you wounds from the same Pokemon that attacked the masquerade? It was so foggy it couldn't see who attacked, but it does remember its body being clasped by a pincer. It says it hurt a lot. Oh, okay, so it must be a pincer then. Well, that's good to know. What about the Poliwag? Wait, what are these? A fishing rod. Well, I'll take that at least. I'm glad you're not hurt. I guess it's thanks to Pikachu. Hey, I'm not an airbag, you know. Whoa, hey, don't get so close. You're slimy. Do you think it could tell us about whatever attacked you? You seem reluctant. What? It looked like the guy next to me. It looks like me? I wonder what they mean by that. Is it the shape, or is it the color of my clothes? Look at that, what a gash. It's as if something took a chunk out using huge claws. This gash was also caused by this scary thing? Well, whatever it is, we're done for if we're getting attacked. No kidding. We'd better be careful while we investigate. What was that sound? Look over there. There's something splashing in the water. Let's see what it is. What in the world is that? Is there something in the lake? I can't see it too well from here. Beep. You'll go check it out? It's dangerous. He's right. I appreciate the thought, but we should really wait and see. Feebas! Hey, Feebas! Oh. Oh. It's a Crawdaunt. That's why it looked like me. It's the color of my clothes. Feebas, are you okay? Hey, are you alright? Feebas! Doesn't look like it has any serious wounds. No need to be so reckless, though. Still, now we know who the scary Pokemon is, thanks to Feebas. Yeah, that's 2 for 2, actually. This Feebas is really smart. That's true. Thanks. So Walls was innocent after all. But still, what's wrong? I just wonder why a Crawdaunt is in the lake. I'd never seen a Crawdaunt in this area before. The fog came in. A Crawdaunt is causing trouble when it's not even native to this island. What does it all mean? This is worth looking into. What is the truth of the fog situation? Well, maybe if we look around more. This wooden chunk. Let's see. Well, the wood has white paint on it. It could be a useful clue to have. Yeah, piece of wood. Oh. Empty bottle. It could be a clue. We should pick it up. Oh. Oh, hey. Whoa. I guess we can't talk to it.
Huh?
So the one attacking the Pokemon was a Crawdaunt. Do you know much about it? Not really. I've only read it about it in books. Apparently they can live just about anywhere. Oh, I guess that's the reason why it came here. Do you think the Crawdaunt thinks the lake is its territory? If that's the case, we're in trouble. They're very protective of their homes. Getting it to move won't be easy at all. Okay. Things just keep getting better, don't they? Does Feebas know anything? It seems like it was very wary of us. I don't think we'll be able to speak to it. It definitely seems to have a temper. There's no way we can get close to it if it keeps swinging its claws around like that. I guess we'll just have to stay away from Crawdaunt while we investigate. Oh, that's true. It seems like Crawdaunt is short-tempered to begin with, even when the Masquerain tried to scare it off with their eye-like antenna. It just tried to attack them. So all they did was to create this thick fog and try to hide their friends. Ah, short-tempered. Do the Poliwag know anything? You won't have to leave the lake, don't worry. He's right, we'll figure something out, but until we do, just stay away from the Crawdaunt. Okay, maybe the Poliwag don't know much. Oh. What about this? I wonder what this wood fragment is. Looks like it has a corner, so it probably was a box or something. Why would a box fragment be at the lake? And look, there's a large gash on the inside. Right. It's as if something was clawing at the inside. Okay. I guess we have to look at our case notes then.
Pokemon were getting hurt because Crawdaunt attacked them. Now, why would Crawdaunt do something like that?
Why would it attack Pokemon? Seems like it thinks the lakes is its territory. It was unaffected by Masquerain's intimidation and attacked. It's very strong. I think it's from Masquerain. Nope.
No, that's not right.
It seems like it thinks the lake is its territory.
I get it. Crawdaunt is chasing away anyone who dares to get close to the lake. Obviously, it's being territorial. For some reason, this Crawdaunt thinks the lake is its turf. But it's not a Pokemon that's normally seen around here. So the question is, how did it get to the lake? Are there any clues we can look at? Do you think that...
Oh, really?
What? The claw marks on the inside of the box are just like the marks on the trees. Which tells me that someone put Crawdaunt into that box and then brought it to the lake.
Okay. It was caused because of someone who brought Crawdaunt to the lake. Okay, so somebody didn't actually fish it out. Somebody brought it here. Oh dear. And do you think the timber transport thing was involved by this? If you think, I thought it was fished out, but how would it actually got here if it was fished in the first place? It would have had to swim. It would have had to swim all the way to this lake if it did that from the ocean. So, okay, so maybe it was taken. Okay, that makes more sense, actually. I didn't actually think the claw marks on the tree would have been some sort of clue. I thought it was a fishing rod. So, Crawdaunt was the one who was wounding all those Pokemon. Yeah, This should prove that Walls is innocent. Thanks, Tim.
Someone brought a Crawdon here, and I think that's what's been hurting the other Pokemon. We've proven that Walls isn't responsible.
That's true. He wasn't the one responsible for the Crawdon. Let's head back to Walls' place and let Brad know about what we found. Yeah, so we're done here. Brad, Walls isn't the culprit behind the fog situation. Don't you think you're jumping to conclusions? What do you mean by that? It could have been Walls who captured Crawdon in that box and brought it to the lake. Why do you always think that way? Walls is a Pokemon researcher. Even if he's been disgraced, I bet he could get a hold of a Crawdon very easily. That's not true. Do you see how strong those Pokemon are? But that's... If you insist that Walls isn't the one who brought Crawdon to the lake, then show me proof. Okay, I promise I'll find evidence that proves Walls' innocence. In that case, I'll search for undeniable evidence that proves he is the culprit. Let's see whose theory is correct, Tim. Unless we can find the culprit who brought Crawdon to the lake, Brad isn't not going to change his mind. I agree, but who could have done such a thing, and why? Hey, Tim, I'll stay by Walls. He's not showing it, but this has got to be hard on him. I understand. Leave the rest to us. Alright, back to the investigation. Alright, prove his innocence.
In order to prove Wall's innocence, we really need to figure out who brought Crawdon here.
It showed a picture of Crawdons inside the box. I feel like we know who. You know what? Maybe it was brought here by accident.
I wonder what they're up to.
Yeah, those are large pieces of
Ooh,
wood.
kind of
I
lag.
know. They're going to fix the bridge. But that doesn't explain why they're carrying a flag. Whoa! Watch where you're going. What's its deal?
They're just really focused on their work.
Wonder what that flag was. It looks like the flags the inhabitants of this island have in front of their houses. Maybe the chief of Timber Transport can tell us something about the wooden boxes. Aha! Could be. We should find out what the box is and what that sign was. We can finally start fixing the bridge now. Once the bridge is fixed, we'll be able to investigate the far shore of the lake. Huh? Oh, you mean the flags over there? Those are landmarks for Timber. What do you mean? If you want Timber to carry the boxes to the right location, you'll need to lead them where the flag that matches the mark on the box. Now that you mention it, each flag has boxes with the same mark nearby. You only need to guide them once. From the second time onward, all you need to do is put the flag at the right place and they'll figure it out. Pretty smart, eh? What's on your mind, Pikachu? Could it be that the culprit used this whole flag system to have Timber carry Crawdon to the lake? The Timber Transport? They're definitely strong enough, and besides, nobody would look twice if they're carrying a box through town. It does make more sense than to assume Walls somehow managed to sneak the box all the way to the lake by himself. Let's check with the chief himself. I'm sorry, but I don't have any idea who the culprit might be. I mean, you think I'd notice if there was some weirdo wandering around with a big box? That figures. How could someone carry a big box without anyone noticing? You're saying that Timber could have carried the box with Crawdons in it. Do you think you were responsible or something? No, of course not. It's impossible anyway. See, Timber would never be able to take a box to the lake. There's no special mark for the lake in the first place. What? If you don't believe me, go check the bulletin board near the docks. It has a chart with all the marks we use, plus a record of all the packages we gathered. Alright, let's head to town then. Alright, good on ya. Yeah, you stay put there, Manetric. We'll put that hound dog down just a tad. Look at his scrawny ass. Oh yeah, Amanda's still here. Wait, you're not hitting on her, are you?
I'm on the job.
And gathering testimony, but Amanda has nothing to do with this case. He's just flirting. Oh, Inspector Holliday introduced me to Miss Amanda a while back. Speaking to her just fills me with inspiration. A very smart, observant lady. Uh-huh. I hope this doesn't inspire him to spout any more brilliant theories. Uh-huh. You stay away from Amanda. I'm keeping my eye on you. Here it is. Is this the record that the chief was talking about? It looks like it. That should tell us more about the luggage Timber delivered last week. Yeah, maybe this. It's got these marks on it together with names. It looks like a list that tells us where each box of luggage goes. The marks on the boxes are for specific houses. The mark for the lake. It doesn't exist after all. Just like the chief said. Oh well. And this looks like their collection records. So a record of all the packages they've received here, right? What does it say? Huh. 2 triangle, 1 square, 3 cross, 1 circle. I wonder what that means. It's gotta be something. That's an advertisement. And a recruitment ad. Well, there was no luggage that was sent to the lake, according to the bulletin board. There wasn't even a mark for the lake at all. Maybe it wasn't Timber that carried the box after all. Who knows? Now let's check to make sure all the packages were delivered as scheduled anyway. Good idea. We can also see if they noticed anything when they received their packages. If you forget which mark was for which home, just check the flag out front of each house. Whoa. That was quite the lag. Oh boy. Last week's deliveries. I received 2 packages last week. I didn't notice anything unusual about my stuff, but... was there something else? I remember Timber were carrying around a big wooden box that day. I wonder what that was in... I wonder what was in it. Huh, a big wooden box. So she said 2.
Seems like this package was delivered properly.
Yep, it said 2. So... this isn't the correct house. This one was 3, right? I received 3 packages last week, a camera and a tripod and whatnot. Oh, that's cool. I just wanted to take pictures of this island's natural splendor before the construction for the resort begins. Alright.
So, the number of packages delivered does match the records.
That is correct. So he's not the culprit. The guy with the ducklet, maybe? I got one delivery last week. I'd ordered a record player, but it was busted on arrival and I couldn't use it. Oh, that's too bad. I went and asked the chief to see if he could fix it for me, but he said it would be hard. Louise was saying I need to order in replacement parts. Louise? She was there too? Louise was with the chief too? Oh yeah, and she was helping him out put the stickers on all the boxes at the dock. Louise is such a kind person. Alright.
Yes, this package was delivered just like it says.
Then that can only mean one thing. And I'm afraid it's not going to be any good.